Instead of planning to leave her fortune to her 8 children, Marie Osmond chose to set a different example. She explained that her decision came from a wish that her children work for their own successes, not just depend on what she has by lieutenant. Through countless interviews, Marie talked about the lessons she drew from fame, the way it tested her, shaped her, and made her rethink what truly matters. She spoke openly about the hard times, including losing her son Michael, dealing with public pressure, and finding her own strength after heartbreak and loss. Each story revealed glimpses of her guiding principle that true legacy comes from resilience, not money. Over the years, Marie's children have faced challenges of their own, but she has stood by the idea that giving them lifelong support does not always mean giving them an inheritance. She prefers to share wisdom and love, making sure her children have strong values and ambitions. Her path has not been without criticism or pain. Some find her choice surprising, even harsh, but she remains gentle and honest about her beliefs, pointing to her own experience of growing up with fame and wealth, and how it didn't spare her from struggle. As the story of the Osmond family unfolded, Alan, Wayne, Merrill, and Jay achieved early fame as the Osmond brothers, delighting audiences with their barbershop quartet harmonies. Even with Verl coping with significant hearing loss, and Tom dealing with severe deafness, the family's love for music was clear in every performance. During these early years, Marie Osmond stood a bit apart from the bright lights her older brothers enjoyed. Her very first stage appearance came when she was just 4 years old. She joined her siblings on the Andy Williams Show in the early 1960s, a rare and special moment. However, after this early debut, Marie stepped away from the spotlight. She watched her brothers' careers grow while she returned to a quieter life behind the scenes. That single appearance was her only public stage moment for almost a decade, as she resisted the pull of the entertainment world, while her family became famous. Only years later did she find her own path into the stage lights, shaped by the musical legacy of her family and the experiences of her childhood. Marie Osmond shared a painful part of her past, revealing that she experienced sexual abuse during her childhood. The trauma of this abuse left deep scars, particularly affecting her ability to trust men. Unlike what many might believe, the abuser was not a family member, such as her father or brothers. This revelation is significant, as it contrasts with the public perception of the Osmond family, who were often viewed as the ideal family. Marie's feelings of betrayal extended beyond the abuse itself. She felt resentment towards her mother for not recognizing or preventing the situation. This added layer of complexity haunted her, as it shaped her views on relationships and family dynamics. While the Osmond family was often seen as a shining example of wholesome values, Marie's experience highlights the struggles that can exist even within seemingly perfect lives. Her journey to heal from these experiences has taken time, and has allowed her to speak out, shedding light on issues many face in silence, and encouraging others to seek help and find their voices. Later in her life, Marie Osmond openly talked about how experiencing abuse deeply affected the way she viewed men and herself. She confessed that the trauma led her to develop a strong distrust of men, even a dislike for them, which lingered long after the abuse ended. These feelings seeped into other parts of her life, creating challenges that were both emotional and physical. As she processed what had happened to her, Marie found herself facing issues with her body image, feeling disconnected from her own sense of self and beauty. The weight of these emotions also led her to confusion about her own sexuality, struggling to understand her feelings and desires as she tried to make sense of those early experiences. When pop star Miley Cyrus gave a controversial speech about gender and sexuality, Marie used the moment to reflect publicly on her own journey. She responded by asserting that, even though trauma might cloud a person's view of men and trust, there are good men out there, and it is possible to regain faith in them. Marie also shared her belief that sexuality is not something people consciously choose. Instead, she described it as a natural part of who someone is, shaped by personal experience but not subject to decision or change like a fashion choice or hobby. Her openness about these painful experiences and insights provided a voice for others who might feel alone in their struggles, inviting compassion and discussion about how abuse can shape self-image and perceptions of gender and relationships. As the 1970s began to shift the soundscape of American music, Marie Osmond found herself stepping into the limelight with a voice that would soon become unmistakable. With the release of her solo debut single, Paper Roses, in 1973, she blended a youthful sincerity with the heartfelt themes of country balladry. Her rendition resonated almost immediately across radio stations, and record shops, bringing a gentle yet strong presence to the top of the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart. Audiences appreciated the way she brought new emotion to the song, and the single quickly gained popularity beyond the world of country music fans. Paper Roses crossed borders, climbing into the top 5 on the Billboard Hot 100, a notable feat for a country track at the time. Across the Atlantic, the song also captivated listeners, making its way to number 2 on the UK singles chart. This international success was mirrored when her debut album, also titled Paper Roses, entered the US country album charts at number 1 and soared to the number 2 spot in the UK, setting a new benchmark for young female artists making their way in country music. This moment marked a significant turn in her musical journey, showing a unique ability to balance tradition with a fresh new sound. The influence of Paper Roses went beyond just the charts, as Marie's success with both the single and album offered inspiration to other young performers, especially women who dreamed of making it in a genre often led by established stars. Her achievements at this stage of her career equal those of many long-standing figures in country music, as she appealed not only to country fans, but also to mainstream listeners. The rapid rise of her records demonstrated her rare gift for making emotional stories accessible to all ages and backgrounds. Rather than fading after a single hit, this period in her life built a strong foundation for the rest of her career, with her artistry in country music earning recognition that would last for decades. Even years after its release, Paper Roses remains symbolic of how a simple song, performed with honesty and warmth, can open doors and create lifelong connections between a performer and their audience. After making a name for herself as a successful solo artist, Marie Osmond found new momentum teaming up with her brother Donnie. Their close sibling bond and musical talent created a dynamic presence, drawing in audiences who enjoyed their harmonious duets. In 1974, they shared the spotlight with memorable songs like I'm Leaving It Up to You and Morning Side of the Mountain, both of which showcased not only their voices but their ability to evoke emotion together. Fans responded enthusiastically, and this success led to a new chapter in their careers. By 1975, they were ready for the next step, launching their own variety television show. Donnie and Marie became a platform where their chemistry and wide-ranging talents could shine, quickly becoming a favorite with viewers who enjoyed their performances, skits, and the lively blend of music and comedy. Their partnership helped highlight Marie's versatility as an artist. She moved confidently from solo songs to shared moments on stage, showing a natural ability to connect with live audiences and keep people entertained week after week. The variety show allowed both Donnie and Marie to interact with guest performers and partake in playful banter, making the show appealing to both young viewers and adults. The dynamic created by the duets, combined with their television presence, set them apart in the entertainment world during the mid-1970s. Working side by side, they capitalized on their family name, making it famous not only through their music, but now through their popular TV program. As Marie continued to thrive, the show played a key role in shaping her path as a well-loved entertainer beyond her solo career, all while fans enjoyed seeing brother and sister succeed together on a national stage. However, while working on the set of Donnie and Marie at just 16, Marie Osmond faced harassment that left deep emotional effects. Older men around her set, including people in positions of influence, treated her inappropriately. Groucho Marx, a well-known comedian, stands out as someone who mistreated her during her early years in the entertainment industry. In addition to the unwanted advances and disrespect from men, she was also subjected to harsh criticism from producers. These producers seemed completely unconcerned about her age and development, instead focusing on pressuring her to lose weight. They used cruel language, calling her obese and disgusting, words that would be harsh toward anyone, let alone a young teenager suddenly thrust into the public eye. The demands about her appearance were constant, with relentless remarks about her supposed flaws. Instead of helping her feel safe and supported during a vulnerable stage in her life, the environment heightened her discomfort and self-doubt. She had to experience the stress of managing her image and responding to people who saw her as an object or a problem to be fixed, rather than as a talented young woman. The atmosphere for girls and young women like her was unwelcoming, and voices like hers were often dismissed or minimized, leaving her to struggle through the effects of adult pressure and cruelty, all while carrying out the very public job entertaining millions who had no idea what was happening behind the scenes. After years of captivating audiences with their tremendous chemistry, Donnie and Marie brought their celebrated partnership to a definite close. Despite the close connection they had built over countless performances, Donnie was direct about the finality of this decision, explaining that while their stage relationship had been dynamic and powerful, that particular chapter has ended for good. He made it clear that there would be no reunion in their professional lives, and stressed that the reasons behind their split were straightforwardly related to their business relationship, rather than personal issues. The close-knit brother and sister team had long enchanted their fans with both television and live shows, always projecting unity and fun, but Donnie wanted everyone to understand that their time working together had run its course. Audiences often wondered if the magic they saw on stage would translate to ongoing collaborations, but Donnie set aside any speculation by announcing they would not return to perform together again. As their partnership was winding down, their fans reminisced about their remarkable run, even as the two looked ahead in different directions for what would follow professionally. Instead of planning to leave her wealth to her 7 children, Marie Osmond has explained she does not intend to give them any inheritance. She has shared that her decision comes from a belief that giving money to children can actually hurt rather than help them. Marie sees money left behind as something that might take away their drive, making it too easy for them to rely on her success instead of creating their own paths. She wants her children to find something they truly care about, encouraging them to go after their dreams and develop their talents and skills. Marie stresses how important it is to try different things and not to give up when working toward a goal, describing herself as someone who values being a finisher. She wants her children to keep working at what they love and not expect things to be handed to them because of her career. Marie's approach comes from her experience in the entertainment business, where she learned firsthand that nothing comes easy, and success means putting in the work every day. Her view is that when children face challenges and learn to keep going, they become stronger and more independent adults. She prefers to guide her children in finding confidence and purpose, hoping that they will shape their own success stories without relying on her legacy. Despite the fast pace and stress that filled Marie Osmond's days in show business, she found comfort and understanding in the presence of Lucille Ball. Lucille, having spent so many years in Hollywood herself, knew how hard it could be to balance the demands of performing with the public. However vibrant her smile appeared in front of crowds, Marie saw in Lucille not just a legend, but a genuine companion who could listen without judgment and respond with real advice. Their connection deepened during one of Marie's more trying periods, when the pressure of hosting and performing felt heavier than ever. Lucille's visit as a guest on Donnie and Marie brought more than just star power to the show. She offered Marie the kind of support that comes from someone who deeply understands both the thrill and the toll of the spotlight. With Lucille nearby, Marie felt less alone in her journey, gaining reassurance simply from their shared conversation backstage. Whenever Lucille was around, her presence eased the weight on Marie's shoulders, helping her rediscover a sense of joy in her work and in her own sense of self. The friendship between the two women went beyond public appearances, relying on empathy born of their shared experiences in entertainment. Lucille's wisdom and kindness gave Marie something priceless, a confidante who truly understood how fame could both lift and challenge the spirit. Their bond grew stronger as Lucille guided Marie through the ups and downs of show business, proving that real companionship can make all the difference in difficult times. Interestingly, when the 1978 musical Grease was being cast, Marie Osmond was offered the lead role of Sandy, a part which would later become iconic thanks to Olivia Newton-John. Osmond made the decision to decline the role, not because of acting or singing doubts, but because she disagreed with the direction the character of Sandy was taking. The storyline saw Sandy, known as the good, wholesome girl, choosing to dramatically change her appearance and attitude in the final scenes in order to win the approval of a boy. This transformation stood in conflict with Marie Osmond's own convictions, especially her beliefs about how women and girls should present themselves and make choices. She felt uncomfortable with the message that a girl had to give up her good values or change who she was just for the sake of a relationship. Her decision was shaped by a wish to stay true to her personal values, and she was not willing to play a part that sent a message she could not stand behind. That viewpoint made her pass on what might have become a major movie role, and the opportunity then went to Olivia Newton-John instead. Despite her popularity as a singer and entertainer, Marie Osmond once sparked controversy through her statements about key aspects of her faith. In a 1978 interview with Barbara Walters, Marie voiced strong opinions about the traditional roles of men and women within the Mormon faith. She spoke in favor of women supporting their families by maintaining their homes, while men had a special place as leaders, especially in church matters. Marie also addressed the criticism surrounding the Mormon priesthood's exclusion of black members, a matter that had drawn national attention. Her remarks appeared to defend the existing church policy at the time, a stance that many found troubling or disappointing, particularly outside the close-knit community of the Osmonds fans. The comments received significant pushback, drawing criticism from people who felt her views reflected problematic aspects of the religion's teachings. Still, these disputes did not seem to harm the Osmonds' widespread popularity or their strong association with the Mormon Church. Audiences continued to view the family's image as wholesome and family-friendly, and the debates over Marie's views did not change how the public saw the Osmonds or their religious background. Even after discussions about her controversial opinions, Marie and her family's public support for the LDS Church remained unshaken in the eyes of their many admirers. During the years between 1979 and 1982, Marie Osmond was known for her lively social life, often seen spending time with fellow entertainers. She dated several performers and actors, making headlines with figures like Andy Gibb, the popular singer, and Eric Estrada, who was well known for his role on television. Her relationships highlighted a time of exploration and independence, with Marie balancing both personal interests and her professional career. In 1982, she took a significant step by marrying Stephen Craig, a basketball player, looking for stability and partnership. However, their marriage was brief, ending in divorce just 3 years later. After this chapter, Marie found new beginnings when she married Brian Blozell in 1986. Their union marked a different phase, focusing more on family. Together, they adopted 5 children, opening their home and hearts, and also had 2 biological children. This large and busy household gave Marie's life a sense of purpose centered on motherhood and nurturing. Throughout these years, she moved from the public attention of celebrity relationships toward building a private world filled with family and deep connections. Each experience shaped her sense of independence and commitment, guiding her as she navigated the complexities of love, partnerships, and raising a family in a unique and sometimes challenging environment. After giving birth to her child with Brian Blozell, Marie Osmond went through a personally trying time marked by postpartum depression. This condition, affecting about 1 in 10 to 2 in 10 mothers, brought with it a complex mix of emotional and physical symptoms such as sadness, anxiety, and exhaustion. These feelings can be hard to understand, even for those experiencing them, and often impact a person's ability to cope with daily life and responsibilities. As Marie navigated the demands of motherhood along with her ongoing career in entertainment, the two worlds collided in meaningful ways. The public rarely saw behind the curtain to the true struggle she faced at home. Meanwhile, the music industry itself was also changing, and Marie's traditional style of music started to seem less in touch with listeners' tastes at that time. Fans noticed the drop in her presence on the charts, and industry professionals often described her sound as belonging to an earlier era, which made it harder for her to regain her place in the spotlight. The career pressures likely mixed with the internal strain of postpartum depression, leading to a cycle that was difficult to break. Sometimes, people expect well-known entertainers to bounce back quickly, but the reality is, mental health and career challenges can be deeply intertwined, and more challenging to move past than others may assume. For Marie, this period represented a crossroads, combining the personal vulnerability of new motherhood and the professional reality of changing times, both of which reshaped her path going forward in deep and lasting ways. After years apart from their original television partnership, Marie Osmond and her brother Donnie attempted to rekindle their on-screen magic by reviving their well-known show in 1998. In the beginning, there was excitement and a sense of nostalgia as the siblings stepped back into the spotlight together, hoping to bring back some of the charm and family entertainment that had once captivated audiences. However, beneath the outward smiles and lively performances, the process was far from easy for Marie. Working closely with her brother again exposed deep differences in how they liked to operate. Marie found herself up against Donnie's forceful and sometimes controlling way of running things, which made collaboration extremely difficult. She became frustrated as their clashing personalities and creative visions led to tension, repeated confrontations, and emotional exhaustion on her part. Instead of coming together, the pair often pulled in opposite directions, and the show began to show cracks behind the scenes. Over time, these struggles not only affected their relationship as siblings, but also their working partnership, making it harder to maintain a united front. The atmosphere became strained, and the project never reached the heights Marie hoped it would, ultimately ending in disappointment for them both. After years in the public eye, Marie Osmond took on a new project in 2004, when she became the host of a radio show called Marie and Friends, designed to showcase her personality and reach audiences in a more personal setting. The program aimed to highlight both familiar favorites and fresh faces, giving listeners a chance to connect with Marie's voice in a relaxed format. Despite her fame and the anticipation surrounding the show, Marie and Friends was unexpectedly short-lived. Within a year, the radio show was discontinued, leaving fans puzzled about the sudden end. Not long after the cancellation, Marie faced a challenging period concerning her health. In 2006, reports emerged that she had been hospitalized, which quickly led to rumors suggesting a suicide attempt. The story spread widely, attracting attention and concern from the public given her long-standing place in entertainment. In response, her public relations team clarified that the reason for her hospitalization was not a suicide attempt, but rather a negative reaction to medication. This explanation aimed to quiet speculation and provide some privacy for Marie during a difficult time, although the initial rumors persisted in the public conversation for some time. However, in 2007, Marie Osmond stepped onto the grand stage of Dancing with the Stars, taking on the competition with determination and plenty of charm. The show demanded long rehearsal hours, tough choreography, and unrelenting commitment, all of which Marie poured into every performance week after week. This determination had a remarkable effect on her health, with Marie losing about 50 pounds during her time on the show. Her motivation for this transformation came from her concerns about her health, giving her an extra push to train hard, keep up with her professional dance partner, and deliver passionate routines to the judges and the live audience. Each dance showcased Marie's progress, not just in steps and timing, but also in confidence and physical endurance. The 2007 season proved physically taxing, leading to a scary moment during the sixth episode, when Marie suddenly fainted in front of worried contestants, judges, and viewers at home. The incident highlighted the intense pressure and physical demands she was pushing through to stay in the competition. Despite this setback, she returned, undeterred, and continued performing with her customary smile and spirit. Her effort resonated with fans, propelling her all the way to a third-place finish, demonstrating not just her skills as a performer, but also her perseverance and resilience on a national stage. For 3 decades, Marie Osmond worked side by side with Carl Engelmann as her manager, building a professional relationship rooted in trust and family connections. Engelmann was no stranger to the Osmonds, also looking after the interests of other family members across the years. Over time, their partnership managed many significant aspects of Marie Osmond's career, making decisions about projects, appearances, and business opportunities. However, after nearly 30 years, their longtime partnership began to show signs of strain. Disagreements over financial matters surfaced, and as tensions increased, the relationship unraveled. In 2009, their disputes became more than private discussions and turned into a very public breakup, each one blaming the other for problems with money that had built up between them. Both Marie Osmond and Carl Engelmann ended up suing each other, each seeking resolution about their own side of the story. Instead of a courtroom battle, the matter moved to arbitration, a process in which an independent third party listens to both sides and makes decisions outside of a traditional trial. The once strong business connection between Marie Osmond and Carl Engelmann ended with these legal and financial disputes, marking a final shift after years of shared work and public collaboration. After her daughter Jessica shared in 2009 that she was a lesbian, Marie Osmond chose to speak publicly in support of both her daughter and the LGBTQ community as a whole. Instead of keeping her family matters private or avoiding the topic, Marie stepped forward and discussed her views in the media. She said that a person's sexual orientation should never stop them from having the chance at happiness, fulfillment, or success. She showed a willingness to be open about her family's experience, which was especially visible given her public profile as an entertainer and her background in a traditionally conservative family. Marie did not shy away from discussing her support, which helped address some of the challenges faced by people who feel isolated or misunderstood in their families. Her words provided encouragement for parents who might struggle with acceptance, showing them a different path. Publicly, she stated that love for her daughter mattered more than anything else, and that she could not imagine turning her back on Jessica. She addressed questions and conversations with sensitivity, making it clear that support and understanding are possible, even in families with deep-rooted traditions. By sharing this perspective at a time when acceptance was less common in some circles, Marie contributed to a broader conversation about LGBTQ rights and parental advocacy. Her decision and statements offered comfort and representation for those navigating similar situations, and her steady message reinforced the value of equality, inclusion, and kindness within a family unit, creating space for open discussions and broader acceptance. Although Marie Osmond is well known for her career as a singer and entertainer, her personal life has carried deep sorrow. In 2010, Marie's adopted son Michael lost his struggle with addiction and depression, leading him to take his own life. This tragedy left Marie and her family heartbroken. Yet, she made the difficult decision to return to the stage with her brother Donnie in Las Vegas not long after her loss. She openly shared that singing played a crucial part in helping her, and Donnie coped during this dark time. The act of performing and singing together gave them the strength to keep going, and provided comfort in the middle of their grief. The loss of Michael remains one of the most significant moments of Marie Osmond's life, showing both the pain she has felt and the resilience she found in returning to her work while honoring the memory of her son. After ending her second marriage to Brian Blasil, and just a year following the heartbreaking loss of her son, Marie Osmond found herself at a crossroads. Rather unexpectedly, in 2011, she chose to rekindle a past relationship by remarrying her first husband, Stephen Craig. This ceremony was kept away from the public eye, unfolding quietly and privately, a sharp contrast to much of her life in the spotlight. The sense of continuity and comfort that seemed to come with returning to her first love became especially meaningful during this deeply emotional time. Later that same year, together as husband and wife once more, Marie and Stephen attended their son's wedding. Their renewed partnership, witnessed by their family and friends on such a significant occasion, hinted at the intricate ways lives can intertwine and reconnect despite years and hardships apart. Their remarriage, taking place many years after their initial split, stood as a personal moment of reconciliation and hope following grief and change as Marie embarked on a new chapter of her life, blending old bonds with new beginnings. After years spent in music and other projects, Marie Osmond made a notable return to television by hosting a daytime chat program called Marie on the Hallmark Channel in 2012. This show gave her the chance to connect with many viewers again in a friendly and open setting. Audiences responded well, and the program actually set a viewership record for Hallmark Channel at the time. Marie offered advice, shared personal stories, and invited various celebrity guests to discuss topics ranging from family life to overcoming challenges. The mood of the show was often warm and uplifting, with Marie drawing on her own experiences to relate to guests and viewers alike. Despite the strong start and an impressive run, the program came to an end after 150 episodes, leaving some fans surprised and disappointed. Sometime after, she made another big step in her television career by joining the popular daytime talk show The Talk as a permanent co-host in 2019. Viewers were interested to see her interact on the panel, which already had a mix of strong personalities. However, this chapter turned out to be short-lived. Reports suggested that disagreements and conflicts with the other hosts became challenging for Marie. Those challenges, paired with differences in approach on the show, led her to leave the panel not long after she began. Although her time on the talk was not as long as she may have hoped, her return to television during these years showed her continued desire and ability to connect with audiences in new and meaningful ways, keeping her presence alive in the ever-changing landscape of television programming. After years of dazzling the stages in Las Vegas, Marie Osmond and her brother Donnie received a unique tribute to their legacy when they were honored with a star on the Las Vegas Strip Walk of Stars in 2019. People gathered on the Strip, cameras flashing, and voices echoing with excitement as fans recalled memories from shows and performances that spanned a full decade. For 10 years, their residency brought joy to thousands and proved their enduring popularity with crowds who kept coming back to see the siblings' familiar chemistry and energetic acts. The excitement reached a peak when the city made a special declaration. October 4th was named Donnie and Marie Day in Las Vegas, sealing their mark in Vegas history and reminding everyone of the stage magic that became part of the city's fabric. Their star on the Walk of Stars became a physical symbol of their success, and the countless nights they brought music, laughter, and unforgettable memories to both longtime fans and new audiences. With the unveiling of their star, the commitment, hard work, and love for performing that Marie and Donny Osmond brought to Las Vegas stood out, capturing the hearts of locals and visitors alike. The celebration not only honored their talents, but was also a signal of gratitude from the city for the duo's special contribution to the spirit of Las Vegas entertainment. The moment solidified their place among great performers who helped shape the glow and reputation of the Strip, and the new holiday invited everyone to remember those thrilling years whenever October arrived. Since the early 1980s, Marie Osmond's focus on charity has shaped much of her legacy. Working with actor John Schneider, she co-founded the Children's Miracle Network, aiming to raise support for children's hospitals across the United States and Canada. This network became one of the largest fundraising organizations for children's hospitals, helping millions of young patients receive better medical treatment. Marie's commitment did not stop at starting an organization. She became the face of many telethons, using her fame to encourage donations and community support. Over the years, the Children's Miracle Network has raised billions of dollars thanks to her effort and dedication. Marie's charitable outlook also influences her personal choices about her family and her fortune. Instead of leaving her wealth to her children, she has been open about her intention to donate it to charities after her passing. She believes her children should build their own lives and careers without depending on her money, and she hopes her estate can continue helping people in need. Her philosophy combines her personal beliefs with her long-standing work to improve children's lives through direct action and generous giving, shaping the impact she leaves behind for future generations. Over the years, as a result of steady dedication and hard work across different entertainment fields, Marie Osmond has built a fortune that now reaches almost $20 million. Her journey began with music, where she made a lasting mark as a singer. She did not stop there, moving into television and gaining fans with her charm and on-screen presence. Her ability to connect with audiences led her to great success as a TV personality, making her a household name for many decades. Marie also became a successful writer, having 3 best-selling novels to her name, which contributed even more to her impressive wealth. Her career is a blend of talent, focus, and an ability to evolve with the changing face of entertainment. Besides her achievements and financial gains, her plans for the future reveal her values and intentions. Rather than passing her estate to her family, she has stated that she wants her entire fortune to go to charities she believes are worthy. This means that the wealth she has earned will be used to support causes and organizations that reflect her beliefs, creating a legacy beyond financial success. Her life demonstrates not just professional stamina, but a deep-seated desire to give back and make a difference long after her own chapter